never hurt you. Like I used to tell my boys, gentlemen, you'd never commit adultery against your wife, would you? And they also used to all say, well, no, Father. Why? Because it's a rule you shall not commit adultery? Well, no, why wouldn't you? Because I'd love her and I wouldn't want to hurt her. Ding, 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 ding. When we come to the place in our life where we don't want to sin because we don't want to hurt the Lord who loves us, now we're on the right path. You know, that became real to me years ago. I'm a Pittsburgher. God's a Steeler fan, as we all know. And as I was growing up in the city of Pittsburgh, my mother, I don't know if you know this, but my mother graduated highest ever from the Pittsburgh Police Academy. To this very day. My mother was a cop, my father was a cop. I got to know lots of different cops and that, but that's another story. The reality was, in growing up in Pittsburgh, I had a friend call me once when I was in seminary, and he had a farm out way up in New York. And he called me, he says, hey, Larry, when I come to the farm? I go, no, I don't want to come to the farm. He says, I'll come to the farm. I said, okay, I went to the farm. Now, when you go to the farm, it isn't the most pretty thing, because I had to go up there, and I had to learn how to milk cows. Anybody here ever milk a cow? Oh, really? It's unbelievable. So I asked this in North Dakota, and everybody's hand went up. I go, okay. Anyway, so I sat there and I says, well, you know, it's an interesting thing when you're going to milk cows, because, you know, you have to get them into the place, and you milk them every 12 hours, 6 in the morning, 6 at night, whatever it is, and you have to tie them in, and they eat, and while they're eating, and behind them's a trough, and they like urinate and manure crap in the back there, and they're there, and so when you get them you have to get them up to start, doing what you need to do to clean them, to milk them. So you get them to stand up so you can clean their udders, you know how this goes, and you take the machine. But when you get them to stand up, sometimes that cow will take their tail, which has been laying in the manure, in the urine, and slap you in the face. I know this from experience, ladies. I want you to think about it next time you're drinking milk. But anyway, so we go and we're doing the evening, true story, I do not make up my stories, trust me. So anyway, we're going to do the evening milking, and one of the cows is missing. We'll call her Bessie. She really didn't have a name, Bessie. We're just giving her a name just because nothing else to do. So anyway, we go out and find her. She's about a mile in the pasture. There's a big pasture there. And Bessie had just had a beautiful baby bull calf. He was all black, except for a little white mark underneath his neck, huh? He was all black, except for a little white mark underneath his neck. Explain it to the person next to you, okay? Anyway, so this bull calf just came out of his mother, and I thought, oh, I wish I could have seen it, but I didn't see it. I missed this bull calf being born. And I said, now what are you going to do? He said, well, let's get the cow going. If we can get the cow to move, the bull calf will move with it. So we're trying to push the cow, hit the bow. Cow wasn't moving. Moo. Cows are the laziest animals on earth. That's why we eat them. But anyway, so we're going, and I said, now what do you go? He says, we're going to have to carry the calf. And I said, okay, carry the calf. He says, why don't you carry the calf? Because I don't know how to carry a calf. I'm a Pittsburgher. And he says, come on. Okay. Now, the way you're supposed to carry a calf is like this, by all fours. I don't know. I'm a Pittsburgher. So I says, how do I carry the calf? He said, have you ever seen the picture of the Good Shepherd? Well, sure. He said, well, bend down. I'll put the calf over your neck. Dumb Pittsburgher. Okay. I bent down. He picked the bull calf. They're not that heavy, but he picked it up over my neck, and I start walking, carrying this bull calf like this. While I'm walking, this bull calf did not like being 6 foot high in the air. And as I'm walking, he's going, moo, 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 and he'd shake, but I'd hold on him real tight. I'm a stubborn Pittsburgher, you know. And I'm walking, he's going, moo, 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 and he's shaking, and I'm still holding tight, and all of a sudden, I felt a little trickle on the side of my neck. This little trickle became a gushing liquid. Into my hair, into my mouth. I had a white t-shirt on, it suddenly became bright yellow. This bull calf was urinating all over me, huh? You think I let go of that bull calf? No, I'm a stubborn Pittsburgher, so I'm wet anyway. So I finally get up there, I throw the bull calf down. When I throw the bull calf down, he kind of looks at me and he goes, moo, with a little smirk on its face. I wanted to have veal that night for dinner. But they explained veal's baby calf, you know. Anyway, but they wouldn't let me. So I had to go take a shower. Well, I was hoping to take a shower, but they had no showers on the farm up there. I had to take a bath. Now, I don't know if you've been urinated on. Maybe some of you ladies have with babies. You've been urinated on and had to take a bath. So I had to go in the bath. They didn't even have Mr. Bubble there, right? I'm sitting there in the bathtub, and as I'm sitting in the bathtub, there is this yellow stuff floating on the top of the water. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And I had a revelation from Almighty God. And God looked at me and says, hey, Richards, that's what he teaches me. It says that when he went to teach me something. Yes, God. You see what that calf did to you? Yes, God, thank you, I'm sitting in it. He says, that's what you do to me every time you sin. Don't you say these things to me, God. Because I want to see is, oh yeah, my sin is, yeah, I took another cookie. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to do it. It's okay. Sin is hurting someone who loves me. When you and I came to Christ, when we were baptized or gave our life to Jesus, Jesus is the good shepherd. He picks us up on his shoulders, and the only thing he wants is to carry us home. And when we sin, we say, let me down. It says sin. The center of all sin is what? Spell sin. S-I-N. The center of all sin is I. Me, my way. I'll do it my way. Let me down. And we do our business on God. But he never lets us go. The only thing he wants is to get us home. Unless you look at him and say, no, you put me down. Done. Then he'll let you go. But when we sin, he still loves us. He still comes for us. And all he wants us is to come back and say, we're sorry. Now,